Yeah, if a husband says
like obviously no crimes, right?
Yeah, or if a husband says, you know, I want you to lose a massive amount of weight, for example, that would put someone's, if your husband wants you to do something to change your body that would put your health at risk, I would say that's irrational.
Okay, but a normal amount of weight would be fine.
I would say I think it's fine for husbands and wives to want each other to be healthy, but it's very
well, you being healthy is pretty much you losing weight. Bro, this is what's crazy. There is no extreme. I never heard of an extreme where a man told you, yeah, I need you to be at an unhealthy weight. I know your BMI says this. I know the doctor says this will be your healthiest weight, but I want you to be below that. No dude in history's ever said that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because usually when you're at your BMI and you're at your perfect weight, you look the best you ever had. You look the best. So I'm really wondering, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I don't think any dude has ever asked their wife to lose an unreasonable amount of weight.
Very quickly that if a husband or a wife asks for a person to be of a certain weight, that can easily be more of it out of a desire for vanity than for the other person's well-being.
But what about health?
What about health? I think it's fine. I think it's good for husbands and wives to want each other to be healthy.
No, but I'm asking the husband. Why do you always bring it back to the husband? Because I'm asking about the wife. I didn't ask you about the husband.
Because I'm
saying for the husband, can he ask that his wife stays a certain weight? Is that rational?
It's rational for him to ask her to be healthy, but staying at a certain weight your entire life, that's not necessarily going to be healthy. Like saying, oh, I want you to always be 120 pounds. Like, hey, I got pregnant. Oh, you're kind of getting back.
I mean, if you was to do that and achieve that goal, you would live a long time. Like, I don't know, if you're a female and you just happen to stay at your perfect body weight all the time, so you get pregnant, cool, I guess you gained that, I don't know, 20, 30 pounds max. Then you go right back to your regular weight. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure you're going to be just fine. You'll be just fine. Like, promise.
Past that now, I don't like that. That would be irrational.
He would not be allowed to do that under your thought?
I think it would be insane if a man said that his wife needs to stay at a certain...
Why? Why? Like, what's wrong with men having standards? What's wrong with that?
But Pearl, you do realize that it's absolutely, like, literally there was a joke in The Office where BJ Novak says some supermodels lose weight when they're pregnant. That shows that he's just an insane chauvinistic person. To demand that a wife stay at a certain weight, even though as you get older, you naturally gain weight. And especially when you get pregnant, you gain at least 9 pounds of weight.
So we're just going to bring negativity into the whole thing? Like, oh, well, you know, he's going to gain weight anyway. I'm like, okay, well, bro might gain some muscle. Like, shit, like, that might be muscle. Who say he just gets fatter? I'm going to be real with you. Most guys who's asking their girl to lose weight are usually going on the journey themselves. Or they're already in shape. So they just want their girl to get in shape. And y'all over here trying to ruin it for us. Ain't that crazy, man? Simping at its all-time highest.
That would be insane to demand that someone stay at a certain weight.
Women lose it all the time.
I fail to see how any of this is relevant to marriage, by the way.
Well, what I'm trying to understand is your mindset. So why can't men have standards in marriage? Because if you're saying that men can't have standards in their own marriage, like you're saying it's irrational for a guy to demand his wife stay a certain weight. Why? Why is that wrong?
To stay a certain weight during their entire marriage.
Why? Why is that wrong?
Because
I've seen women do it.
Would you like me to answer the question?
Bro, I've seen women of other countries do it. I've seen women in America do it. So what is this rationale that, I know what it is, because a lot of these niggas is weak and they know they're going to get fat, so they don't want to be shamed if their wife stay the same weight. Like, let's just be real. Some of y'all dudes is that weak.
Just go ahead.
Okay. Because biologically, our bodies change over time. They'll naturally gain and lose weight in different circumstances. And your worth as a spouse, whether you are a husband or a wife, is not derived by your weight. That's just a shallow thing. Now,
well, it kind of is, because your weight kind of dictates your health, and then it dictates how well you can perform your duties as a wife. So saying that is completely asinine.
I think that both husbands and wives should encourage the other should encourage.
It's your job to be attractive.
I think husbands and wives should both maintain attractiveness.
Rick, why do you always have to bring it back? Because why do you only focus on women? Right now, because we're asking about the deal for men.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this from the man's point of view. What does the man get out of it?
Yeah, you want men to be married. The Christian church want more men to start getting married. Okay, explain what we get out the deal.
Is this a good deal?
He can't even
ask for an in-shape wife.
He gets a woman who
can't even say 120
Can I answer the question?
pounds?
Can I answer the question?
I'm asking.
He gets a woman who's promised to stay with him, even though statistically he'll gain 30 or 40 pounds.
And?
Whoa. You're telling me my wife's gonna stay with me even though she gained weight and she's fat too? Like, dog, what do I gain? Now we just both fat. Bro, it'd have been better if you just said, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, the man can gain weight, but the woman gotta stay in shape. So, you could be as fat as hell, you be good. Yeah, maybe I could rock with that unfairness because, it's on the guy's side. But he's not making sense.
And that's because
does she have the right?
Women's job has far more of a job to be beautiful than men. Men's job is to protect and provide.
So do women have a right
what is wrong with a man asking that she stays a certain weight?
Because it's shallow.
What?
It's fine to ask someone to.
How is it shallow to want your wife to be healthy? He really got to break that down to me. Because there's no way. I don't think there's really a way you can make it make sense.
Be healthy. And it's fine to encourage your spouse to maintain attractiveness, not to just let yourself go. But that's the same for husbands and wives. Neither should just let themselves go. But at the same time, each one should be merciful, knowing that time and age come for all of us.
The reason that the obesity, I've looked that up before, the reason that the men are more overweight than women is because you don't look at visceral fat. So when men are very high, like muscle percentage, they're still considered overweight more so than women. So a more accurate way to look at that is visceral fat. And women have higher rates of visceral fat.
Like, what if bro just start working
out?
women
are more, and if you look at extreme obesity, women are more obese.
Yeah.
So so I don't know why you're kind of lying with that stat, trying to act like men are equally obese. They're not.
Well, men are still overweight, but that still doesn't show. None of that shows marriage is a bad deal for men.
Should men marry women that have had abortions?
Should men marry women that have had abortions?
Okay, goddamn, we're moving on to some very hard-hitting conversations here. Like, should you marry a woman that's a baby killer? Well, in my opinion, nope. She better have a good reason. If it was a rape or incest, then I'm sorry, baby girl, you ain't got a good reason. You was just trying to escape accountability through killing a fetus. Congratulations.
Should men marry women that have had abortions?
I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker.
Should men marry women with STDs?
I wouldn't say. Here,
a quarter of women have herpes. Should men marry them?
Damn.
I'm going to answer.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to answer your question. I would say just as it is not a disqualifier for if a man facilitated an abortion, and 90% so for every woman who chooses to get an abortion, 90% of the time, the man is actively or passively supporting it. So just as it's not a deal breaker for a woman.
I'm asking for the future man. I'm not saying that he asked her to abort his. This is another.
That's an error. We're actively supporting it. Like, dog, we have no choice but to support it. Like, that's so disingenuous to say that. Like, if you ask most men who supported their girl's abortion, they're gonna tell you, no, I didn't wanted it, but her body, her choice, so I couldn't say shit about it. So to sit there and tell me that, oh yeah, I was supportive, I went along with it, is a goddamn lie. It's like, no, I have to go along with it because it's her body, her choice. I can't sit there and tell a woman, no, you're gonna have my kid regardless of what you want. No, I can't do that.
Their man's kid. She's had an abortion.
No, what I'm saying is I'm applying an equal standard here. So I would say that it is not a deal breaker for a man to marry a woman who's had an abortion, just like it's not a deal breaker for a woman to marry a man who had facilitated an abortion.
Should men marry women that have slept with over 10 men?
Should they marry someone who's slept with over 10 men? I would say that when you have more sexual partners, that's definitely that's something that's concerning. That could be a red flag.
So you would say no?
But that doesn't apply. I'm not going to say that someone is unmarriageable because of one particular trait.
What about porn?
Okay, what
about women that have participated in porn? Should men marry women that have participated in porn?
I ain't gonna lie, she like steamrolling these questions at him. It's like, damn, one after another. Like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even think he can really answer these questions effectively.
I would say that that's definitely a red flag, but it is not it's not a deal breaker.
Do you have a son?
Can I answer the questions?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, damn, Pearl, getting bro answer a question. You just over here steamrolling the questions, just like, oh yeah, what about this? What about that? Like, I ain't gonna lie, she do ask like questions like a little kid. Like in the middle of answering a question, if she's okay or unsatisfied with it, she's like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna answer the next question. I'm gonna ask the next question. Hopefully you want to answer this one.
questions and I'll never answer
because
them.
it just would be easier if I got a yes or no, because you keep giving me these roundabout and I'm just at yes or no.
I'm giving you good answers.
Go ahead.
So I'd like to finish about pornography.
Go ahead.
I would say it's not a deal breaker if a woman had participated in pornography.
Wait. So you telling me you can, bro, a Christian will even marry the next porn star? Like, bro, what is y'all values at this point? What do y'all stand on? What do y'all stand on at this point, bro? Like, it doesn't disqualify her? I'm like, then what does disqualify a woman? Because at that point, if that don't disqualify her, then I don't know what does.
Much the same way it is not a deal breaker. Well, it's something to be very, very worried about. So I'll answer it this way. It's very hard for me to find anything that's a deal breaker for marriage, except for maybe diagnosed severe mental illness, for example, or addiction to drugs, things like that. But that would apply to men and women. So when it comes to pornography, I would say it's very concerning if you have if a woman had previously engaged in pornography, just like it is very concerning if a woman chooses to marry a man who's previously viewed pornography.
But this is my question. It's like, why can't men have standards?
Hold on. So wait. Did you just equate like a man looking at a pornography to a woman being in pornography? Like, oh yeah, bro tripping. Bro is tripping.
And this is what I've noticed from the trad community and like the conservatives. It's like the quality of women keeps going down and down and down. And we can't even definitively say, hey, maybe we shouldn't marry porn stars. Maybe we shouldn't marry overweight women. You know, it's like we constantly get rid of.
Maybe we should set a standard for what it is to be a wife. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't just let every fat girl be a wife without at least having some good character to her. At least. Or, no more fat wives. That'd help out a whole lot better for us guys as well.
Standards for men.
No, I'm fine with standards as long as...
And we can't even... No, you're not, because you're not even definitively saying you shouldn't marry a porn star. Mm-hmm. You would never in a million years tell your son to marry a porn star.
Facts.
An active, currently working porn star?
Even a previous porn star. You said
former.
Even former. You would never. Come on, someone you loved.
Okay.
And this is why.
You can keep talking or you can ask me a question. Because I was going to say, I do believe in standards, Pearl. I just believe they should be applied equally. So if women have a past in porn and that makes them unmarriageable, fine. Then we should just say any man who's looked at porn, don't marry him.
Yo, what? Nigga, what? Like, bro, you can't look up me watching porn. I'm sorry, you can't look up me watching porn. You can't look up me watching adult entertainment unless you ask the CIA or the FBI or something. But I can definitely go Google a woman and find those tapes. You can't go Google me unless you work at the CIA or the FBI and see me watching adult entertainment. There's just no goddamn way. So bro is just being ridiculous. That made no sense.
The equal.
Is it okay for men to look at porn?
You can ask that during your cross-examination.
The equal equivalent would be a man that's participated in porn. That would be the equal equivalent if we're really going to go apples to apples here. But what I'm asking is, okay,
and there's lots of men who participate in porn that way.
Yeah, but none of them men are expecting to be husbands. That's the problem. Dudes who are usually porn stars, after they get out of that, low-key, they're expecting the bachelor life for the rest of their life. But here's the thing, though. That's not how it works for men. Let's be real. Dude could be a porn star, and let's be real. That's a valid symbol. Well, we all know you can give good sex, at least. The girl knows you can give good sex. I'm gonna be real with you. I think that there's a lot of girls who would date a next porn star. I'm gonna be real with you. As a male one, of course. But there's barely any men that would date an ex-female, adult entertainer. I gotta say the AdSense here, guys.
A quarter of women, up to a third, have an STD. Should men marry them?
Should they marry them?
Yeah.
Just the same reasons would apply if you ask women, should they marry men who have STDs? Because men have lots of STDs. And if it's okay to marry them.
But why is it what about the men? It's like the
because
craziest
men and women
thing.
are equal. Men and women are equal. And we should treat them equally.
It's the craziest. I don't think men and women are equal.
No.
Are they equal in value and dignity?
Like, bro, you don't even think men and women are equal, bro. You just try to equate a woman being in porn to a man looking at porn. You know men and women aren't equal.
Just real quick, Trent, you can ask questions in your cross-examination.
Sure.
I'm not coming at this from a religious point of view. What I am saying is that you keep telling men to lower their standards because you're saying wife up these whores. 3% of women, 100 years ago, men got a virgin. They got a virgin, 4+ kids. 3% of women are waiting till marriage nowadays. You're saying wife them up anyway. Doesn't matter the risk. Who cares?
Do you have a question, Pearl?
Like, yeah, I have a question. Why do you think that's okay? Why are you not thinking about the effect that this have on men, and you're worrying about just passing the hose off to good men? Like, yeah, that'd been my question. Like, really, like, what is your goal here doing this to men? Because you're not for men. You're really just for, I ain't gonna lie, promiscuous women.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to STD is not a deal breaker. Yes or no?
No, they're not. If they're not a deal breaker for men, they're not a deal breaker for women.
Okay. On top of that, porn not a deal breaker.
Having been involved in pornography. Mm-hmm. No, it's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be very concerned about. The same as if a man had been behind the camera doing OnlyFans work or working at OnlyFans. But if he's truly repented, then people can really change, and we should give them mercy, whether they're a man or a woman. People
can change, but it doesn't mean they statistically do. And women that have made those decisions, statistically, statistically, it's not a happy ending for most of them. So that's the other question. Why would you sign up? Would you ever sign a business contract that someone's paid to leave? So me and you are going to do business, and I get a bunch of money and your children if I leave. You would sign that contract.
If you get my children, because maybe we're pairing our YouTube channels together, probably not going to sell off my kids on that. But it's very common in business deals, Pearl, where if you have a high value business partner and you really want them to be a part of the venture, you might include things like a buyout clause or severance pay. That's not that uncommon to ameliorate risks or to encourage them to take part in the project.
That's fair.
Okay, so would you sign the contract or no?
Would I sign a contract? You've made it very
where I'm paid to leave.
Where you're paid to leave if you're my business partner? It depends how much and what risk. Why
can't you answer the question?
Because your question is underdefined and it can't be answered. You've asked it in a very vague way.
Okay, I can give him that one. Because I'd have definitely rephrased that question a little better than what she did. I'd have been like, yeah, bro, let's say you're getting into a business deal and y'all both put all y'all money into it. Y'all both put the same equal amount of hours. And, usually if a business goes down, y'all both go down, right? Well, let's say that in this business arrangement, if bro leaves, he takes everything, right? He takes the LLC, he takes the bank account, he takes everything. But if you were to leave, you don't get nothing. Would you sign that contract? Like, most of y'all would say, well, resounding, yeah, it'd be resounding no.
So I can only give a vague answer. And
okay, me and you sign a business deal. And in that business deal, business deal, I get your whole YouTube channel if I leave. And I get your children. Are you signing it?
No, I'm not.
Exactly. That's the point. No, you're not signing it.
Because you haven't.
And this is the thing. They act like it's one-off instances. And this is what the academics tend to do. They'll say, here's a study funded by this organization, or here's another study. And they want you to not believe what's in front of your eyes. Men are not signing up for marriage today. And you can say it's that marriage is a great deal for men, but men are naturally logical. They do what makes sense. 100 years ago, men were still men, same software. They married women in 3 months. There's a reason it's gone up to 3 years.
I would sign a contract where.
Facts, man. I'm gonna be real with you. We used to be able to trust women to stay around. It was damn near the culture for a woman to stay around. It's like divorce, man. That ain't even in the question. It's like nowadays, man, you could fall in love with a girl within 3 months and you might want to marry her, but now you'll go ahead looking at the girl today and you're just like, yeah, that might not be the best pick. Like, I might be in a situation real quick if I go out here being lover boy, and that's the problem. Hey, y'all women killed the lover boy era. What can I say?
Where if you have to if you're undergoing significant risk, and the whole point of things that if a marriage divorces is that women undertake risks. If they come and then they give up their careers and they stay home and raise children, for example, and they do that. The majority
of women aren't doing that. The majority of women are not doing that statistically. 3 out of 4 women are working, so that's not the majority.
The point is, if they go and do that and they take part in a marriage,
they don't want
you're going to be you're undertaking risks when you're involved in marriage. Well, as I stated before, women are twice as likely to end up in poverty after divorce than men.
Yeah, because women are bad with money.
No,
women
have 80%
of the world's debt. Women have 80% of the world's debt. Women are not good with money. And many men,
showed in my opening statement.
I agree. I agree. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I agree.
And many men. That's not true. Women have 80% of the world's debt.
Now, and I know the study that he's talking about. He didn't separate the good debt. That's what he forgot to separate. The good debt versus bad debt. So men hold most of the debt because we have a tremendous amount of good debt. If you know about Robert Kiyosaki, Good debt is something that a lot of real estate holders have when they owe down on a lot of properties, but all these properties making them such a tremendous amount of money, but they still have the debt of these properties. So you could be $1 billion in debt and still be a billionaire. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy how things work with money. It's a magic, it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, he didn't separate the good debt from the bad debt that men hold.
And the other thing that they don't take into account is that
in this country, men have more.
And women have 80% of the world's debt. Women are
bad debt. The 80% of the world's bad debt, not the good one.
Are not great with money, and men earn more as well too. And the thing is, you're not addressing the suicide problem. Do you not think that's a problem?
Of course, suicide's a problem. It's more of a problem for men who never marry.
I'm asking in divorce. They're 9 times more likely.
I've heard of more dudes who committed suicide in marriage, though. I'm sorry. Unalive themselves. I'm sorry. But there's just no way, bro. Oh, yeah, bro ain't operating in reality right now.
To commit suicide after a divorce.
They're 9 times more likely than a divorced woman. You're misreading the statistic.
And in family court, if they find within 5 years, many men do commit suicide. What do you think? You think it's just made up? You think it's just fake? All these men that are saying my life is ruined.
Yes,
let him answer it.
Go ahead.
No, because I've actually read the studies, and the problem is you're doing the comparison fallacy here. You're just picking, hey, if you get married, this bad thing can happen to you, or this bad thing can happen to you, and that's true. But if you choose to not get married, you can also have many bad things happen to you. You can grow up and have no social connections. You become a recluse, and you're more likely to commit suicide, or you're more likely just to not.
Now, I cannot see that. I don't know why. So you're really trying to scare men into marrying bad women because, oh, well, you won't be socially connected. Bro, you won't be socially connected married to a bad woman. Married to a hoe, you really be annexed from society. So, like, what are you talking about? If there's no good women, then, yeah, there's no benefit in marriage, period. All this stuff you're talking about marriage all comes under the guidelines is if you're married to a good woman.
Not take care of yourself. And the statistics show that on average, ever married men, including divorced men, live longer, are healthier, and rate their lives as happier than never married men. It's a statistical fact.
Because women date happy men.
So
women pick for these things.
How do you know that?
Because I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I know what we pick for. We like tall, handsome, good-looking men.
Is every married man tall, handsome, and good-looking?
Not every, but there's usually one of those things. He's usually one. Like he's usually either successful or handsome or good. It's women don't marry homeless men off the street.
There's a big difference between
cooking,
tall, handsome, and successful and homeless. There's also average.
No, and so
yeah, but women don't want average though. Let's be real. Even if he looks average, there's something about his personality that's not.